A salvaged their weekend series with the Texas Rangers in a couple of thrilling playoff-type ball games. Fortunately, the green and gold came out on top in the last 2 games of the series as this fight for the postseason continues. Tonight, the Milwaukee Brewers come to the East Bay, and they themselves are in the middle of a National League pennant race. They're anchored by reigning MVP Christian Yelich. Yelich has not slowed down here in 2019 as he is having a career year and is on his way for some more hardware when this season ends. Yelich and the Brewers take on the A's, game 1 of 3, next. Well, after a day off yesterday, 2 playoff hopeful teams set to square off tonight. Interleague baseball coming up. That's Christian Yelich. He's really good, folks, and Chris Bassett will try to slow him down. It's the A's and the Milwaukee Brewers coming up on NBC Sports California, powered by Xfinity. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Oakland A's baseball. I'm Glenn Kuiper. Well, in the next 9 days, the A's are getting to know the National League Central quite well, and it could be a lot of fun. This is the best division race in baseball right now. The Cubs and the Cardinals are tied. The Brewers are just a game back, and guess what? The Cubs and the Cardinals are playing right now in St. Louis. Now, this is what's coming up in the next 9 days for the A's. 3 against the Brewers, 2 against the Cardinals, and then next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the A's will head to Wrigley Field to take on the Cubs. But to talk more about these Milwaukee Brewers, let's bring in Dallas Braden, my broadcast partner. In Dallas, they're clearly led by Christian Yelich. This team, Yelich is terrific, reigning MVP in the National League. And really, if you look at his numbers, they're a little bit better this year than they actually were last year.
Kaipe is a man on fire. 326, 36 long balls earned him the 2018 MVP, and he has not let up. You mentioned it, the numbers down at the bottom. 337, 36 long balls already. 80 RBIs, both lead Major League Baseball. This is an MVP. He will go as they go, and the power threat, folks, to all fields. During BP today, he hit a ball over the windows in right center. That's big boy territory,
yeah, we don't need him to do that at all in the next 3 games, but he is fun to watch. We're looking forward to seeing him. We're looking forward to seeing how Chris Bassett does against Yelich and the Brewers. Bassett looking for his 8th win of the year. Stick around. Lineups at first pitch. It's the A's and the Brewers coming up at NBC Sports California.
A's baseball on NBC Sports California is brought to you by Toyota. A fast, powerful lineup that will make sure you're safe at home. See your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places. By Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. By Wendy's new Made to Crave menu. Available at participating restaurants now. And by Ram Trucks. Ram 1500, 2019 Motor Trend Truck of the Year.
Well, here come the Athletics to open up this 3-game series against the Milwaukee Brewers. Chris Bassett's going to get the ball tonight. Let's look at the game time weather presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is open daily. 63 degrees and a little breezy tonight here in Oakland. But a nice night as always with the Brew Crew in town. A couple of teams that are very, very much in the playoff hunt. And they plan on being there for the next 2.5 months. And I think they both plan on getting into the postseason. Here's the starting lineup for the visiting Brewers, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Kane, Yelich, Grandal, Moustakas, Hurry, Thames, Shaw, Arcia, and Gamble.
They're going to be taking on the big righty, Chris Bassett, making his 14th turn today. Kind of been a bit of a mixed bag as far as results are concerned. Last few times out for Chris Bassett. Been a little erratic with the fastball, kind of struggling to punch guys out. He's got the stuff to do it. So if he can get ahead of guys, put them away with 2 strikes, might have a little bit better success this time around.
The defense for the A's has Grossman in left, Canna in center, Pinder in right, Chapman, Simeon, Profar, and Olson on the infield. Chris Herman is your catcher. So we're set for baseball. Lorenzo Cain, right-handed hitter, steps in, smooths out the dirt in the right-handed batter's box, and he settles in. Bassett's ready. And it's time for A's baseball from the Coliseum. Bassett kicks and deals the first pitch, and it's a bit outside. That's Jim Wolf calling balls and strikes. Dick Marley's at first, Corey Blazer's at second, and the crew chief Jeff Nelson is down at third. And quick 2-0 to Lorenzo Cain.
What a tall task here for Chris Bassett right out of the gate, and Lorenzo Cain coming off a career year last year. Wonderful center fielder. Some pop at the top of the lineup, Kipe.
Yep.
You know, it's always something you pay attention to when you've got a guy at the very top of the lineup who can hurt you and do some damage early. He shot at Craig Counsell there, Brewers skipper.
Craig Counsell's, he's a full cheesehead.
He is.
Born in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Played for the Brewers, and now he's managing. So that's a pretty good run for him.
He's got stock in the pack.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
3-1 to Lorenzo Cain. And he lines one just out of the reach of a leaping Marcus Semien. And that's a leadoff single for Lorenzo Cain.
Well, you're going to get a couple different fastballs from Chris Bassett. Likes the four-seamer, plays the curveball off that at the top of the zone. You can see this kind of leaking back over. It's a two-seam fastball. Not an easy pitch to get up on top of. Remember, two-seamers at times they tend to sink a little, some vertical drop. So Locaine able to get up on top and stay on plane with a heater.
So here's Christian Yelich. Talked about him in the open. Pitch cast tonight brought to you by Subway, and this could be a double play, and it is. Hey, anytime you get the reigning National League MVP to hit into an odd, well, I was going to say an out, but a little on a double play.
That's right.
That's a good thing.
Get you a little blue light special early on here for Chris Bassett. 2 outs for the price of 1 pitch. Field your position, be an athlete, throw a strike on over to Semien and let him handle the rest. And that's that good sinking action early. Christian Yelich, man on base, a little aggressive, wanting to get the party started early. Chris Bassett will take it.
So 2 outs. Here's Yasmani Grandal, veteran catcher. He's got 19 home runs and 54 runs batted in.
Swinging it well. There's a good look at that big slow curveball early. You know, it's never a bad idea to plant that seed early, especially in the first inning. You throw it for a strike early on the first inning. You can kind of sit back and watch that seed grow as you navigate your way through the lineup.
Close pitch, 1-2 the count. Yasmani Grandal is a switch hit. Fastball 95 miles an hour. It's up and away.
Well, here's kind of what I was talking about at the top. 2-2. Love to see Bassie get Yasmani Grandal out of there in the next pitch or two, just to kind of maintain some efficiency in pitch count.
Now the count is full. It's Mike Moustakas, the on-deck hitter.
Moose is loose.
So payoff pitch to Grandal. Here it is. Foul back.
Well, good battle here for Grandal. This is something that Chris Bassett sort of struggled with as of late. The swing and miss here, especially with 2 strikes, trying to get guys to chase outside of the strike zone.
Looked like he went, and he did. And check down to Jeff Nelson. So a double play and then a strikeout, and that ends the top of the first for the Brewers. So the Brewers, well, they got a leadoff single, nothing else. Here come the Athletics in the bottom of the first. Starting lineup brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Here it is: Simeon, Chapman, Olson, Canna, Davis, Herman, Grossman, Pinder, and Profar.
We're going to be taking on Adrian Hauser, who's found himself in the starting rotation at times, has opened some ball games, had some success out of the bullpen as well. Going to get this ball game started here for the Brew Crew.
So defensively, Gamble, Kane, and Yelich in the outfield. And then in the infield, Shaw, Arcia, Hira, and Thames with Yasmani Grandal. Catching. First pitch to Marcus Semien is in for a strike. Adrian Hauser.
It's his 7th start of the season. 24th overall appearance, as I mentioned, has
that hit him. It seemed like Marcus Semien's on base just about every time.
Doesn't it?
It really does.
Just a little curveball here, going to spit out of the back of the hand, catching the bloused out Kelly Green of Marcus. No harm, no foul, nobody hurt. We got ice.
So leadoff man aboard, and here's Matt Chapman. Matt Chapman at 267, 23 homers, 61 RBIs. Close pitch, a little bit outside. Olson to follow here in the first. Now it's 2-0.
Well, this is about settling in. It's really a tale of two roles for Mr. Hauser here. You see on the left numbers regarding his starting campaign, and on the right in relief has just been a completely different animal.
Missed again, 3-0. So a hit batter and now a 3-0 count, and Hauser's all over the place.
Well, and at times you feel like guys are still trying to figure out how to, or figure out the difference between pacing yourself over the course of 6, 7, 8 innings, hopefully 9 in your mind, and just maximizing your stuff over the course of a short burst. We talk about guys who struggle in the starting rotation, find themselves at times at the back end of the bullpen because they've got elite stuff, but just kind of struggle to put it all together command-wise. And I think that could be something you talk about when you think about Hauser. I mean, just the whip, right? The traffic involved in his outings as a starter, right at 2. And then a sub-1 whip as a reliever. I think mindset.
Runner goes, the ball's hit in the air, shallow center field. Lorenzo Cain is under it, and he makes the catch. So 1 away, and that'll bring up Matt Olson. Well, the trade deadline is at 1 o'clock Pacific time tomorrow afternoon. That's it. So if we hear anything tonight, we will certainly pass it along. To say rumors are flying would be understatement of the year.
Things heating up.
Yeah, things heating up there. GMs are on their cell phones, I'm sure, and there's said a lot of rumors surrounding a whole bunch of teams, including the Athletics.
Well, hey, we said it yesterday. By lunchtime tomorrow, you are who you are.
Well, it'll be an interesting morning tomorrow.
See Travis Shaw move over to the right side of the infield from third base. Get to 2 strikes on the lefty.
This one tap foul. Matt Olson, one of the heroes from Sunday.
Yeah, big AB. Matty O getting around a pitch he can hook. Bringing around Herm. Everybody's excited. Heck of a battle.
Oh, 2 to Olson. He's got 21 home runs and 45 runs batted in. A little bit inside, 95 miles an hour.
We'll see a good fastball from Hauser. Curveball, changeup, slider into the mix as well.
And he got him swinging. He stayed with the 95 on the inner half. So Hauser gets his first strikeout.
Well, it's typically a plan of attack against Matt Olson. Guys try to tie him up, usually up and in under the hands with the fastball inside. But here Adrian Hauser just beats Matt Olson to a spot. Good velocity on the fastball. Only just unable to catch up.
Exmo brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. 2 outs for Mark Canna, who's playing center field. Laureano a little bit sore. Foot area is bothering him some. He's off. Did not play on Sunday.
Yep.
Yesterday, no off day. Not playing today. So a little bit banged up.
Well, the fastball that you got a good look at on Matt Olson. He's fairly confident. 69% of the time you're getting the heater.
There's the overhand curve. 1-1 the count. So Laureano a little bit dinged up. Fegley, the thumb.
Yep.
Well, he's not in there tonight.
And we talked about guys like Mark Canna, guys like Chad Pinder, what they allow Bob Melvin to do. I feel like, I mean, you understand there's different levels of production. Guys have different abilities, but it's not an egregious drop-off when you think about plug and play and Mark Canna, Chad Pinder, really anywhere on the diamond. Canna been swinging it well against righties.
Well, it's funny, in Canna's career, he's always hit a little bit better against right-handed pitching than left-handed pitching. So he's not a platoon guy.
No, he's somebody who, again, I think you consider, if you get everyday opportunities, the kind of game that you're able to round out, you can get comfortable. Your approach stays polished.
It's hit hard, back up the middle. But Pera is there, the second baseman, and the side is retired. So the A's got a leadoff base runner, nothing else, no score. 8 and go this season, and stream the games on NBCSportsCalifornia.com and the My Teams app. It's brought to you by your NorCal Honda dealers. Cheesehead's in town. Look out. Never know what's going to happen there. Crazy group.
Traveling well, huh?
Moustakis hits one to left. Grossman getting back and still going back, and he jumps up and makes the catch. So that is out number 1.
Take a look at Robbie Grossman. I think something we've seen as of late, when you start to consider the integrity of the baseball, you see balls sliced with some authority continue to just carry. Robbie Grossman doing a nice job of tracking a ball that seemingly just didn't want to come down.
So 1 out. Here's Keston Hiura. This young man can hit.
Raking.
Very high draft pick by the Brewers just a couple of years ago, and he can hit. Keston Hiura. One of the best young prospects in all of baseball. And he's at a spring training game this year. Brewers Athletics in Mesa. And he hit a 3-run homer in the very first inning. And I said, read about this guy. Heston Hira.
He's hit safely in 21 of the last 25 contests.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Hitting .441 since July 12th. That's .441, folks. Grounds this one up the middle. Tough little hop for Marcus Semien. He stays with it and throws him out.
It's a good job by Marcus Semien there. Kind of caught in between. You see him kind of give himself some ground. Right there, he gains a little more ground, or gives himself some ground so he doesn't get eaten up by this ball right there. That last little back step gives him the opportunity to field this thing cleanly, get a nice hop. I tell you, it's a privilege to watch Marcus Semien's game continue to evolve and elevate. You can see it in his at-bats. You can see it the way he puts himself in position on defense. It's a treat.
Eric Thames, 14 homers, 39 RBIs. Very powerful left-handed hitter. Maybe the best biceps in the league. He's in the top 5.
It's a high buy. It's a high buy. Absolutely. Curls at the peak.
Those babies are awesome.
Oh, just a specimen. I tell you, Kipe, I had the opportunity this spring to sit down with a few guys from the Milwaukee Brewers a couple different times, but sitting across from Eric, and he's got his arms on the table, and I'm just thinking there's got to be a weight capacity on this table here.
And he went, says Jeff Nelson.
See here. Did not.
Two to Eric Thames. Foul straight back on a fastball.
Now here you go. Again, 2-2. Just fouled off a heater up. Chris Bassett maybe try to work this thing a little higher than high. Try to drop the deuce on him.
That one's hit down the right field line. Pinder a long run. Pinder dives and he caught it. Sliding into foul territory. Sensational play by Chad Pinder. Worth another look.
How does this not get you going? Get on your horse and ride Chad Pinder. Swipe right on a Gold Glove effort.
So no score, bottom of the second. Terrific play by Chad Pinder. Watch the distance he has to run as well. He was into right center.
The ground covered. Full extension, Kipe. It just speaks to what we were talking to at the top of the broadcast. Where is a guy like Chad Pinder comfortable? Where is a guy like Mark Canha comfortable? On the baseball field. Doesn't matter where. Put him in any position. Put him in the lineup, get him on the field. You've got yourself a couple ball players.
Big bouncer towards short. That's Arcia. What we talked about Chad Pinder in the pregame show and how valuable he is being able to play really all over the diamond. And that he's above average defensively wherever he plays. He certainly showed it there.
Well, and those are a couple guys, if you talk to them enough, Mark Canha and Chad Pinder, they have a lot of pride. They take a lot of pride in being able to be utilized in the fashion that they are. That means something to them. You know, we talk about the utility player title. These are guys who can really, just depending on how you unfold them and take them out of that Swiss Army knife, they can get it done in pretty much every facet.
Herman swings over top, so it's a quick 0-2. Herman at 233. He's got a home run, 7 RBIs. Swinging a miss. So on 3 pitches, Hauser strikes out Herman. Well, Adrian Hauser, Dallas, first couple hitters, he was all over the place, but now his stuff is starting to tighten up a little bit.
Yeah. Starting to figure out the release point, start to get ahead. Completely different ball game, not working from behind.
So 2 away. Here's Grossman. Grossman, first pitch swinging, lines it toward Kane, and it's going to get down into right center field for a hit. So first pitch swinging, Robbie Grossman has a single. First hit for the A's.
Well, no waiting around for Robbie Grossman. Gets a pitch he wants to handle early on. And we've talked about the struggles for Mr. Hauser as a starter, trying to keep traffic off the base path.
First pitch to Pinder, strike on the outside corner. Pinder at 241, 8 homers and 32 runs batted in. Pinder's got 13 doubles to go along with his 8 home runs. Runner goes, and it's going to be a stolen base without a throw for Robbie Grossman.
Remember Sunday, Chad Pinder coming up big, slicing the double off the wall. 2 very big runs. He's cruising on into third.
A badly needed hit.
Oh. Well, they were out in front early in all 4 games of that series against the Rangers.
And he got him swinging. A sinking action on a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. A couple of strikeouts for Adrian Hauser. No score after 2. So no score. It's the top of the 3rd inning. Chris Bassett has a strikeout. Has given up a hit. He'll face Travis Shaw, Orlando Arcia, and Ben Gamble.
You can see the numbers for Travis Shaw. Having a little bit of a rough go.
Yeah.
Back up from AAA for a little bit now, and Bassett tries the corner and missed. I was able to talk to Trav before the game today, and he just mentioned he just kind of felt like everything was just a touch off. You know, nothing crazy, just timing wise, and that kind of struck me because, I mean, he's a great hitter, and anytime a guy with his kind of ability feels just a little off timing wise, it can disrupt your entire approach. So he said it went down to AAA, started seeing the ball well, swinging the bat a little better. It's the opportunity to come back up and hopefully make an impact as the Brew Crew tries to push on into October.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. So that is out number 1. Hey, time now for T-Mobile connections to the game. We have a huge trade, folks. We're going to get it all to you. The 2 names that jump out, Trevor Bauer, Yasiel Puig. We'll tell you in just a moment where those guys are headed. David Phelps goes to the Cubs today. Mets, of course, they're making some moves. They got Stroman, they got Vargas. What will they do with Wheeler and Syndergaard? I like that Syndergaard guy.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. Wouldn't mind.
No. Okay, so we got to get to this. This is a big one. 3-team trade. Indians, Reds, Padres. When it's all said and done, the Indians get Yasiel Puig, Franmil Reyes, who's a big right-handed power hitter from the Padres, and a left-handed pitcher, Logan Allen. Trevor Bauer, one of the big names, goes to Cincinnati. And one of the Reds' best prospects, a young man by the name of Taylor Trammell, is going to San Diego. Right. So it's funny because a lot of people thought that Bauer would end up with the Padres.
Yep.
He ends up with the Reds.
Well, isn't it funny? All the talk about teams who might be in a position, might not be in a position to make a move. You know, there's a lot of talk about teams tanking, not trying. Now here we are at the first deadline that does not include a non-waiver, or excuse me, a waiver period. And 2 teams that have made the noise are teams that are conceivably not supposed to be buying at this point in time.
You're talking about the Mets getting Stroman, the Reds getting Bauer.
Correct.
That's a good call.
Because you think about Bauer and Stroman, respectively, 2 of the most highly sought after commodities in this arms race.
Well, I think from a 2019 standpoint, this 3-team trade, the biggest effect is the Indians. Indians offense, they needed a bat. Well, they got 2.
Yeah.
Puig and Franmil Reyes, they're both outfielders, both right-handed hitters, both lots of power. The Indians lose Bauer, but they have some starters coming back, including Corey Kluber getting closer and closer. So you can see why the deal was made from an Indian standpoint. Saves them some money, although Puig has a decent contract, but Puig's a free agent. Franmil Reyes is not. So at least this year, the next 2 months, it's the Indians that will have the biggest effect, and they hope that those 2 guys add to their offense. They get some pitching back, and they think they got a shot. So that's a big trade.
Well, and remember, as quickly as everything has transpired here recently, it could be a completely different picture come lunchtime tomorrow.
Absolutely. So if anything else happens tonight, we'll get it to you. Oh, 2 to Ben Gamble. Sweet, and a miss. He struck him out. That big Bassett curveball, and Gamble just could not lay off.
Well, it just looks so appetizing for such a long time. It's that big bender.
Now batting, number 6.
You can see it a while. You can see the lefty a little out in front. Just a good job by Bassett to plate this ball, meaning it's in the strike zone. It's teasing the zone. It's not all the way down and in towards a back foot like you might want to locate a slider.
So top of the order, Lorenzo Cain, who opened up the game with a base hit. Just missed somewhere.
Not quite sure where. Slider.
A little pop-up. Matt Olson's right there, and he's got it. So hit nothing else. Couple of strikeouts for Bassett. We are headed to the bottom of the 3rd. No score between the A's and the Brewers.
A's baseball on NBC Sports California is presented by Wells Fargo, the official sponsor of the 3rd inning.
This 3rd inning brought to you by Wells Fargo. So no score. It is the bottom of the 3rd. Jurickson Profar takes a ball. Profar, Simeon, and Chapman for the A's against Adrian Hauser.
Seen a good fastball from Hauser, especially against the lefties. Throws that good sinking fastball. I saw Chad Pinder swing over top of that. Move it down and away from the lefties, down and into the righties. Here he's got good angle on it as well, Kipe. Good angle paired with some late life downward.
Behind in the count, 3-0 to Profile. And that one's at the knees for a strike. Swing and a miss, 3-2.
There it is. You don't typically see those kinds of swings on fastballs located down in the zone like that. But again, 94, good downhill angle, and then somewhere around 50 feet or so, that ball just starts to explode downward, making it tough on the hitter.
And that one is way inside. And did it hit him? I think it hit him.
Well, ever thought about becoming an A's Access member? Think no longer. This Sunday versus the Cardinals, everyone's an Access member. That's right. Every single person in attendance gets to enjoy 50% off concessions, folks. 25% off merchandise. $10 to park at the gate. A's Access goes on sale Monday, but you can head to athletics.com/access now to learn how we made access simpler just by listening to you, the fans. This Sunday, it's time for you to finally get the A's Access experience you've been waiting for. Get started at athletics.com/access today.
Well, and to add on top of that, Dallas, we're going to have the A's Chief Operating Officer, Chris Giles, is going to join us next inning. And we're going to talk about A's Access and some of the changes that were made.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, good stuff.
Pretty cool.
You want to make sure you hang out and listen for that. First pitch strike to Marcus Semien. Couple of hit batters by Adrian Hauser. He hits Semien leading off the bottom of the first.
Hauser fastball has been a great weapon for him, especially against the right-handed hitters. Fills the strike zone up with it. 187 batting average against. Look at that heater against righties. That's putting a silencer on.
Foul ball, fastball right there. Marcus fouls it back. Four pitches for Adrian Hauser.
Marcus Semien swinging a hot bat as of late. Fastball down and in from Payano that Semien's able to drop the head on. Very similar type action from the fastball from Payano and the one here with Hauser. Angle down and in, some life to the arm side.
And that one's right there at the knee, strike three called. So that's the fourth strikeout for Hauser. It's the first one looking.
Well, this is just a good heater located down and away.
Number 26.
Looks like they might have wanted to crowd Semien. Kind of bore that thing down and in as they've done early on. We mentioned that AB against Chad Pinder, but they get away with Marcus Semien. Might have just been one page ahead, looking for something a little softer.
So here's Chapman. Chapman hit a fly ball to center field in the first inning. Pulled off that one a little bit, did Matt Chapman.
And I keep replaying that homer he hit the other night in my head. Just I feel like it was about a 2-iron off the State Farm sign out in right center.
I was worried the right fielder was going to catch it.
And end up in the stands.
Inside with a fastball. Watch this high line drive.
Here's what we're talking about. And it just continued to carry. Stayed true. You almost track the baseball expecting it to arc and start its descent. Just never really happened.
Way inside. So 2-1 the count. Eight of his home runs have gone to right field this year. Also has 27 doubles and 3 triples.
Well, you can see that breaking ball stayed up. Matt Chapman might want that one back. Batting average against on breaking balls, 366 against Hauser here. That's 5th worst for qualified relievers. Just for some context, league average 206 on breaking balls against relievers.
Strike 3 called on the outside corner. 5 strikeouts for Hauser, so that's 2 away here in the 3rd.
Well, another good 2-seam fastball, back whip action. Can see it right about there. Explode, catch the corner. There's just really nothing a right-handed hitter could do with that. Starts off, it starts a ball. And by the time he gets into the zone, your opportunity to make a decision has come and gone.
So Matt Olson steps in for his second at bat, takes a pitch inside. Olson struck out in the first. Line drive, left center field, a base hit. That's going to get through. It's going to go to the wall. Here comes Profar. He's being waved home. Rounds 3rd. He will score without a throw, and the A's lead 1-0. A perfectly placed line drive by Matt Olson to the gap in left center field.
That's just a pro piece of hitting from the big fella. Sinker moving away. He was crowded in last at bat. Says, you know what? I'm going to see this ball out over the heart of the plate. I'm going to stay inside this bad boy. And sure enough, Adrian Hauser throws the sinker right onto the barrel of Matt Olson. And Profar going to pick him up and put him down. Coming around 3rd, the big Marine's got the windmill cranking. And he'll cruise in for the early lead. There he is. Get him going, Matty Dubs.
Only 4.
He knew it. He could feel it.
Curve in first strike. 4 rotations.
Oh, spin rate.
Spin rate at Matt Williams. So there. Oh, 0-1 to Mark Canha, who grounded out to end the first inning. And a quick 0-2 to Mark Canha. Mark steps out, shakes his head a little bit. Not because he thought it was a ball, probably a little disappointed he didn't take a rip at it.
Yeah, he'd like to run that one back.
So So 0-2 to Canna. That one bounces out in front. Grandal cannot find it. It ends up being picked up by Hauser, and Olson goes to third.
Well, Hauser just having a tough time trying to get this pitch near the strike zone. Not an easy job for Grandal here trying to body up this breaking ball. See Matt Olson head on a swivel.
He's looking for another 2-out hit. Canna swings and misses, and that will do it. Matt Olson gets the A's on the board with an RBI double, a 2-out RBI double. So we're headed to the 4th inning. A's leading it 1-0. Chris Giles is going to join us. We're going to talk A's excess. A's lead 1-0, top of the 4th inning. We're joined in the booth by A's COO Chris Giles. Chris, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you. Really happy to be here.
When you come up to the booth to see us, that means you have big news.
I mean, we got a little something.
We got a little something going on, and it's one of your favorite topics. A's access, looking ahead to 2020, and you guys made some changes. Tell us about, first of all, tell us why you made the changes from 2019 looking ahead to 2020 with A's access.
I mean, we really stepped outside of the norm last year and developed a program that was really a fresh way of thinking about how really to support your baseball team and how really to kind of engage with the things that we're doing and really join our family. We didn't nail it right out the gate. We continue to listen to our fans, and we've iterated it once, and we think we've got an even better and stronger program than we had before.
Now, the success that you've seen, and we'll get to those changes in a moment, but the success that you saw this year with the, what does it say, access members, 9,535 access members.
Yeah, we doubled our membership.
They're basically taking the place of season ticket holders, right?
That's it. We discontinued season tickets after the 2018 season, rolled out A's Access, doubled our membership base. We're really happy with the performance, but with anything, we're going to keep iterating it, keep making it as good as we can for our fans.
Well, I think the idea is for folks to understand what they have access to, what this stuff actually gives them. So when you think about a season ticket holder game plan kind of being, I don't want to say pigeonholed, but you pretty much have an idea of where you're going to be. That is not the case here, because not only does this place provide the flexibility, but the plan as well.
Yeah, the foundation of the program, the terminology access means as a member, you have access to the ballpark for every single game. We talk about 10-game plans, 24-game plans, half season, full seasons. Those are actually the number of reserve seats you have in your plan, but every single member can come to all 82 games for the 2020 season.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, Chris, it really comes down to, and you talked to us earlier about this, let's make it a little bit more simple, and let's make it a little bit more flexible. Those were, I mean, to the core of your changes that you made, those were the two things you wanted to do moving ahead into next year.
Yeah, those two key themes really summarize the feedback that we got throughout this season. One of the things we're doing to make it much more simple is we're going to flat pricing. It used to be how many games you want to go to, where do you want to sit, and then which games are you actually selecting actually determines your price. This year, it's just the first two. It doesn't matter what 10 games you select for your reserve seat or what 24. You're going to pay a flat price, so you don't have to worry about really figuring out exactly how much it's going to cost. Pricing is much more straightforward, much easier for fans to understand.
Now, something that really got me perked up, something that really caught my ear, my eyes, my attention. I've got a pretty good seat here as we sit today, but I'm thinking about a gym membership and how those kind of things operate. 24-game pack or more, I've got the ability now with just a small fee to be able to invite my friends and family along for the ride. They can be treated just as well as I am treated. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, we've learned that there's just a multitude of ways that people use their plans. Some of them share them between 2 people. Some of them share in between 2 families. And we wanted to make sure that the plan was flexible enough to accommodate every use case. And so what we're rolling out for the 2020 season is the ability to add on full benefited members to your plan. So if you have a half or full season, it's just $99 for an add-on member. If you've got a quarter season, those are $199.
All right, Chris, stick around. We're going to talk a little bit more about A's access into the future. We're looking forward to it. So chatting with A's CEO. The bottom of the 4th inning, and remember, folks, Sunday is Access Day. Access benefits. All fans can experience them on Access Day, Sunday, August 4th. Chris, benefits, 50% off concessions, huge. 25% off merchandise, huge. $10 off parking, huge. This is a big deal. Sales go on Monday.
That's correct.
Sunday, you can come out and see if you like the whole deal, right? That's why it's called Access Day.
Yeah, we believe that these benefits are the best you're going to get anywhere. We just want to invite everyone to come out and experience just how awesome the benefits are. For one day and one day only, we're going to open it up to everyone in the ballpark, not just A's Access members, for Sunday.
So a great opportunity if you are on the fence, or if you just want to kind of get a feel, kick the tires on how this thing is going to go, how you and the family are going to be able to experience a ball game. Sunday, a great opportunity to get a feel for that.
That's exactly right, and then they go on sale Monday morning.
Gotta love that.
So it all starts on Monday. Sign up, man.
I mean, it's a really cool thing. I mean, as consumers, we're subscribing to everything. You could subscribe to a car these days in this region where, you know, most people are used to that. We're getting a lot of traction on a subscription-based model for baseball.
That throw is going to, well, it's going to end up not quite in the dugout, but it's going to be a base runner for the Athletics. But we should also say, Chris, if you sign up on Monday, it's not just for 2020. You got the next 2 months to enjoy this, right?
That's exactly right.
I mean, that's a big deal.
Yeah, for anyone that signs up for Access 2020, you're going to receive the core benefits of Access for the remainder of this season, which include general admission access to every single one of our regular season games, as well as 50% off concessions, $10 parking, and 25% off merchandise. You can get that the next day.
Well, that's what folks want to hear. I think that right there, fans, is the take-home message. If you're thinking about it, you want to get a feel for how this is going to go. I mean, there's no better way than to experience the last 2 months of the season, how you could potentially experience baseball from here on out, just by signing up.
And there's no better baseball than what's going on right in this diamond right in front of us right now.
I mean, let's go. We got playoffs on the brain, CG.
Hit slowly towards second. Here are charges, and he booted it. And now the A's got action here in the 4th with a couple on and nobody out. So that should be an error on Keston Hiura.
Well, he's got no other play other than to charge, and you see this ball kind of kick, and you wonder if KD cutting him off there for just a brief moment might have altered his line of sight, created just a bit of a hiccup for Hiura, but that's 2 plays in a row Hiura'd like back.
So here's Grossman. So Chris, with all these benefits, Dallas and I chuckle all the time, and we see fans who are Access members getting food. The 50% off on merchandise or the 50% off on concessions, that is a huge, huge deal, especially if you have a family of 4.
Yeah, and what we really tried to do there was really acknowledge the fact that a commitment to be a member of the A's is a lot of dates. And we want to make sure that when you bring your family to the ballpark, every aspect of your experience is affordable.
50% off concessions. That may be worth it right there, to be honest with you.
No doubt. Talking about feeding an entire family, having dinner at the ballpark.
A little flare. It's going to be the shortstop, Arcia, who tracks it down for the first out. So 25% off merchandise, $10 prepaid parking. So what are some of all this research that you've done, and now you have these new A's Access members, and something that jumped out, and I know it's a big deal all around baseball, is the fact that the new members that signed up for A's Access, on average, 11 years younger. That's interesting.
It was
Were you surprised by that?
Yeah, I was, but we also built the program knowing that if we're going to be successful ushering in the next generation of baseball fans, we really had to change the paradigm of I've got to sit in the same seat and have the same vantage point and the same experience night after night. What they told us in an overwhelming way was, I want to mix it up. I want, I've heard stories like my ideal experience is a, bar hopping meets a food tour at a baseball game. And we built A's Access with that flexibility in mind. So the fact that we reduced the average age of our member by 11 years was really an indication that we were moving things in the right direction.
Pinder bounces one to short. This could be two. Arce is going to take it himself, and it is a double play. Chris Giles, we appreciate you stopping by. I know we're going to talk to you Sunday as well.
Thank you, Glenn.
Big day on Sunday. Access Day on Sunday, and it all starts on Monday. Join up. A's Access. Awesome stuff. The A's lead crew, top of the 5th inning. So we got a big weekend. Saturday, we're going to be doing the game from the left field line, fair foul. I'll be in fair territory, you'll be in foul territory.
Golden Road, thanks.
So that'll be fun. And then Access Day is Sunday, which is a big day for the A's organization. But that's our spot. Just to, as you look, just to the left of the foul pole, Dallas and I, in reality, we will both be in foul territory. Maybe that's appropriate anyways, right? But that's where we're going to be doing the game Saturday night, and we're excited about it.
Well, as we just had Chris Giles in here kind of explaining and breaking down different ways to take in a ball game as a fan, it's always really cool, especially as somebody who's talking about the game with the fans, to take it in maybe from a fan perspective.
That's right. It's really interesting stuff, though, when you talk to Chris about A's Access and it's really the flexibility of it all. And like Chris said, you're giving fans an opportunity to kind of do what they wanted to do. And maybe fans have always wanted to do that, but they've never had the opportunity.
You're exactly right.
You know what I mean?
You're
just
exactly
walk
right.
around, or I want to sit in a couple different spots, But this is really the first time where they've had the opportunity to, hey, tonight I just want to go and sit in a different spot. I want to go hang out. I want to go to the treehouse. Or tomorrow night, maybe going with a buddy or a friend or whatever, and I just want to sit.
Well,
I just want to relax.
You can essentially tailor your consumption of everything in this world to your liking.
That's right.
Why not the way you take in a ball game?
And the more you think about it, the more you kind of take it all in. And we've studied it a lot, and we talk a lot about it with Chris and Dave and everybody. And you start to understand it a little bit more, where it's your bringing people in. Hey, we're in this together. That's it. So we want you to be comfortable. How do you want to do it? However you want to do it. We got you. We got a spot for you.
Well, it's a combination of the vision of the front office, the vision of the marketing department, and everybody involved that is starting to be realized because you're listening to the folks who drive the product. You're listening to the people who are here tonight, who might be at home watching, telling you, this is how we'd like to take in the ball game. So it's just a great job of, I think, being receptive as well to the fans and to the folks who make each and every day, for not only the guys down on the field playing, but for Kite, for you and me, who make each and every day possible for us to show up at the ballpark.
And what it really becomes is it's really a partnership now between an organization and its fans. Ames fouls it straight back. Count remains 3-2. One out here in the top of the 5th. Chris Bassett's been good. 4 strikeouts.
Trying to stay out of the nitro zone of the big bopper Thames.
Bassett at 55 pitches with 1 out in the 5th inning. Right there, strike 3 called. Thames knew it. 5 strikeouts.
Yeah, take a look at the lower half of Thames here as this heater comes cruising through. You see that little kickback right there? Out of the hand. That baseball is telling Thames, we got 94 coming in at your hip. Whoop, whoop. Never mind. We're going to take a right turn and hit the black. And Thames can't do anything but watch and listen for the pop of the glove. You can see him fastball in. Should have swung.
First pitch is a strike to Travis Shaw.
Tell you, Chris Bassett, count your blessings getting away with a heater against a dude like Thames. But Bassett's done a good job of jamming that heater in there.
Good overhand curve, and it's 0-2. Now, you were talking about Travis Shaw and his struggles this year. I mean, listen, you don't follow the National League quite as close, but in the last 2 years, Shaw has hit 31 homers and 32 homers for the Brewers. So that's why his struggles, which you talked about, are such a head scratcher. He's hitting 160.
Well, and to the point you made about the power, you know, again, we talked today before BP, and he just talked about how the difference between timing at the AAA level and timing at the big league level is really minute, but at the same time can feel like a world away at times when you're just a click off.
Little pop-up gets jammed there. And that is 8 in a row retired by Chris Bassett. He's in a pretty good groove. Bottom of the 5th coming up. 1-0 A's. Hey fans, stay connected to your Oakland Athletics with all the speed, coverage, and control you need with the Xfinity X5. This is beyond Wi-Fi. This is X5. It's 1-0, bottom of the 5th inning from the Coliseum. First pitch to Profar is in the dirt. Profar was hit by a pitch, and he scored on Olson's 2-out double in the 3rd. Into the seats. Be careful.
Bring your glove. Or your cheese hat.
One pitch is fouled left side this time. 60 pitches now for Adrian Hauser.
He's doing a good job of keeping the baseball down. We've seen some poor swing and misses on the fastball from the Oakland A's. Here's our first look at a changeup from Adrian Hauser. And typically fastball from Hauser 68% of the time.
Breaking ball fouled at the plate.
And for a guy who's got that good downhill angle that we've mentioned on the fastball, that breaking ball just at times kind of pops up and spits out of the back of his hand a little bit, gives those hitters a good look.
Inside, and now it's 3-2. Simeon to follow, and then Chapman here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Big chopper toward first. Thames charges and gets it on that big hop.
Well, the pennant race is heating up, and the Oakland A's are right in the middle of it, folks. Come support the green and gold at the ballpark for the biggest homestand of the year, beginning August 15th, when the Astros, Yankees, and Giants all come to the East Bay. 3 great rivalries packed into one electric homestand. Bring the energy to the ballpark by purchasing your tickets at athletics.com/tickets today.
Oh, 0-1 to Marcus Semien. Semien hit by a pitch, and he struck out looking. That was in the 3rd inning. And the A's newest pitcher is here, Jake Diekman.
The lefty.
Yeah. There he is. Getting to know Liam Hendricks.
Odd.
So that is the newest A's pitcher, Jake Diekman. And he spoke to the media before the game, and this is what he had to say.
It's awesome. Going from KC to here, I've played against Oakland when I was in Texas for 3 years. I know how good this team is, and they're in the wild card hunt. So yeah, just coming into an environment where you're in the hunt and every day matters, it's super exciting.
Well, we're excited to have him. Hauser grabs it, trots to the bag, and that's a good inning for Adrian Hauser. Through 5 from the Coliseum. A's leading at 1-0. A's Billy Beane and David Forst primed for a big acquisition at the trade deadline. What more moves will the A's make to bolster a deep playoff run? Find out tomorrow at 10 a.m. exclusively on the My Teams app or NBCSportsCalifornia.com. 2019 MLB Trade Deadline Special. Coming up tomorrow, it's the deadline at 1 p.m. Pacific. You got to have your trade in. Better have the paperwork in.
I kind of feel like this has snuck up on fans across baseball.
Maybe
we're still just kind of waiting. Like, we've got the waiver deadline coming right after. No.
You want a guy?
Go get him.
You better get him soon.
Go get him.
There was a huge trade made just about an hour ago. Trevor Bauer ended up with the Cincinnati Reds. Profar, and it ends up in the glove of Semien, and the ball scoots past Olson, but nice play by the catcher Herman to back it up. But when it's all said and done and the ball stops rolling, RC is going to be at first.
A high chopper. This is off the plate. Maybe off the dirt just in front. But Profar is going to shield Marcus Semien from it. And see, Semien ends up coming up with it.
Nice play.
Look, Ma, no hands, no eyes. How about Herm? Had to maybe get somewhere, backstop. Good job of backing up. Otherwise, RC is probably standing on second base.
Here's Ben Gamble. So that trade that we reported earlier, Trevor Bauer goes from the Indians to the Cincinnati Reds. Yasiel Puig, Franmil Reyes, who's an outfielder for the Padres, 20 home run guy, and a young lefty, I think it's Logan Allen. 3 players go to the Indians. 2 of them very proven big league hitters, Puig and Franmil Reyes. And a highly touted prospect, Trammell is his last name, going from the Cincinnati Reds to the Padres. So that's a biggie. See how it all works out. But the thing that's, I don't want to say funny because that's probably not the right thing to do, but we've been watching highlights. We announced the trade. We didn't announce it. We threw it out there.
Sure.
And about 10 minutes later, a huge brawl broke out in Cincinnati between the Reds and the Pirates. I mean, this was a big brawl. This was a good one.
Big league fracas.
And right in the middle of it was Yasiel Puig. as the Indians were probably watching on monitors going, are you serious?
Yeah, maybe a day or two before old Puig gets in the lineup. Yep, maybe a day or two.
He was right in the middle of the brawl. I mean, right in the middle.
Yeah, and obviously we
didn't know he had done traded.
Yeah, we're watching the same ball game you folks are watching here at home, but it'll be interesting to see what it was that ignited the fisticuffs.
1-2 pitch to Gamble. Here it is in the dirt, and it trickles away from Herman, and that's going to send Arcia to second with nobody out.
Well, that's a tough break for Oakland there. Lose the double play. Change up from Bassi here. Arcia, as soon as that hits the dirt, you can see Arcia still locked in, commits to second base. Pass ball.
To the count. Lorenzo Cain, Christian Yelich to follow.
Well, that's why that 2-ball is so important. I feel like if you're Chris Bassi, you're able to get a ground ball. You might be able to get 2 outs for the price of 1. Just deal with Lorenzo Cain. Instead, you've got meat and potatoes on the horizon.
It spins to keep Arcia close.
It's a good job there by Bass. You can see Arcia continuing to gain ground with every look home. And that's what those runners are taught to do at second base. To see that pitcher look home, go ahead and gain a ground, gain a step. If he looks back at you, just kind of give him a step back to second just to please him.
And that one is way in the dirt. Well, you got to keep an eye on the Brewers. They lead the National League in stolen bases with 71.
Christian Yelich himself, 20-plus bags already, 21, I believe, somewhere around there. Be a 30-30 year.
Gamble bounces one. Tough play by Marcus Semien. His throw to first, and they got him. Terrific play by Marcus Semien. And Arcia not able to advance to third.
Well, you can see Matt Chapman ends up breaking towards third base just in case Arcia might have thought about it. He thinks better of it. Marcus Semien, little backhand bonanza here from Semien in the hole, huh? Go get that short hop. Turns. Strong throw to Ole. Good stretch on the backside. But this is not an easy play. Momentum carrying him towards the third base dugout. Chris Bassett understands not an easy play to execute. What a play, he says.
So now 1 out. Here's Lorenzo Cain. First pitch to Cain is outside. Cain with a single and a pop out to first. And missed again. 2-0 the count. Brewers are 7th in the National League in run score, so they're right around the middle. They're second in home runs. No surprise there. Their ballpark is a launching pad. They walk a lot. Second most walks. They strike out a lot. Third most strikeouts. And in their lineup tonight, there's no Ryan Braun. No Jesus Aguilar. A couple of big, powerful right-handed hitters.
You know, you look at some of their numbers, and really just over the last 7 or 8 days or so, it's been a little bit of a struggle collectively.
And a 4-pitch walk to Lorenzo Cain. And here comes Christian Yelich. So with that in mind, here's our stats with Lowe's. Yep, pretty. Look at these ranks. 370 average on outside pitches. 325 average on high pitches. Middle pitches, 491. No surprise there.
What that tells you is he's got a pretty good feel for the entire strike zone. He's spraying the baseball.
Number 22, Christian Yelich.
Yeah, there's not. I mean, listen, you're a former pitcher. Is there a place to pitch him?
When you're battling a guy who's going as good as Christian Yelich is, in my opinion, you play to your strengths. I'm going to make him beat me doing what I do the very best. We're talking about an MVP here, folks.
Yelich takes way outside.
You would hate to walk away from the fight having gotten knocked out trying to execute your second or third best move. Go in there, throw your haymaker until that whistle sounds or whatever it is, but I'm going to make Christian Yelich beat me the other way and to my strength.
Yelich slices it foul. Percentage of total balls in play: 21% left field, 38% center, 39% right. So you really can't. I mean, he covers it.
Right, and to my point, as a lefty, if I'm going left on left, I'm going to make him beat me the other way. As a righty here, same thing. Maybe it's changeups, heaters down and away.
He's pretty special.
Well, this is why you've got to be on your A game against a guy like Yelly. 2-1. Love to be able to throw a changeup in this count here, something to get him off that fastball, get yourself back into an even position to be able to attack with 2 strikes.
Pitch, he slashes it foul. So now it's 2-2. Yasmani Grandal is the on-deck hitter. Yelich, last year when he won the National League MVP, hit .326 with 36 home runs and 110 RBIs. And really what won it for him was what he did in the second half of the season. It was just ridiculous.
Couldn't get him out.
Nope, you could not get him out.
Just homer after homer. And you know, I actually haven't talked to Yellen, asking him about some of the adjustments he had made last year. Very simple adjustment. It was kind of impromptu. Just got in a position to create a little bit more leverage. Took that adjustment out into the ball game, and then ho-hum an MVP later. The game's about adjustments, wouldn't you know?
He hit .367 in the last 74 games of the year last year with a ton of homers. So we're going to have a meeting. It may not be a bad idea. This is obviously a pivotal point in the game.
Well, it's a big pitch. Not only game situation, but to an individual who's more than capable of creating a wrinkle on the scoreboard. So I am more than okay with Chris Herman and Chris Bassett trying to figure out the attack plan against an MVP.
Bassett a look. And The 2-2 pitch. Strike three called with a fastball at the knees. Biggest out of the game right there.
No doubt about it. Good low painted heater.
Now batting.
Again, this thing kind of starting inner third against the lefty Yelich. And that might have been just enough to lock Yelich up. You can see the frustration on his face, but remember Thames in the lower half I showed you, kind of kicking out, expecting that ball to continue to stay true on the inside lane there against the left-handers. Not the case. Great job by Bassey to bring that bad baby over the black.
Grandal with a mighty swing. He fouled it back. Grandal, a strikeout and a fly ball to left field. 2 outs. Runners in scoring position. Grandal .323 average. Former Dodger Yasmani Grandal.
We've seen Bassett execute the fastball down. You got to be careful when going up in the zone against Grandal. 8 homers on the fastball elevated. It's tied for first across baseball. A little higher than high.
Lots of speed on the bases. Arcia and Kane. Misses. Diekman is, well, it looks like he's ready out in the A's bullpen. He's been throwing for a while. We could see him if Bassett doesn't get Grandal.
Oh, yeah.
Because Mike Moustakas is the on-deck hitter. High fastball at Grandal, chased it.
Well, that's a great location, and that's what I'm talking about, higher than high. Typically, you'll see that pitch executed with 2 strikes, looking for that type of swing, and if not, you know that you've changed the eye level. So 1-2, they could go up top, try to throw that big breaker down. We got Grandal on a fastball the first inning. See, they're starting over and they're communicating with each other right there which sequence, which sign sequence they want to apply here.
In the dirt, and Arcia takes off for third. So he was off on the pitch.
What's a heads-up job on the base path by Arcia? Anytime you get a pitcher and a catcher that are struggling to get on the same page, might have a mound meeting, you can pretty much guarantee that they're going to be focused on executing pitch and location, and just that split second of forgetting about the runner can result in what we just saw there. Easy theft of third.
Now Kane runs, the ball's bounced to the right side. Profar has it, and that'll do it. Bassett gets out of it, and the Brewers strand a pair. Bottom of the 6th coming up. A's 1, it's nothing.
A's based NBC Sports California is brought to you by Roaring Camp Railroads. Summer fun is right on track with Thomas and all his friends at Roaring Camp Railroads.
So bottom of the 6th inning with the A's leading the Brewers 1-0, first of 3. Our first time to the bullpen. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your trusted oil change, tune-up, and brake expert. Junior Gura takes over. 3-2 with a 4.12 ERA out of the bullpen for Milwaukee.
Making his 46th appearance. Fastball 94, 96. Curveball, split finger
facing Matt Olson. First pitch up and away. 3 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. That's a pretty good outing for Adrian Hauser.
Yeah. All things considered, 69 pitches. Very nice outing.
There's a shot. Nice play by here, the second baseman who throws out Olson. Keston Hira. So that is out number 1.
And you got to remember, Kyle,
Center fielder, number
not
20.
a regular starter, Adrian Hauser. Spent time in the rotation, time in the bullpen as well. We've kind of talked about the disparity between his success as a starter and as a reliever. So anytime you're able to kind of roll a guy out and get 5, 6, especially these days, he'll take it.
One of the issues for the Brewers this year, and they're right in the middle of the division race, and they're having a decent season. Remember, this team won 96 games last year, but they had some pitching injuries this year that have really hurt them. Jimmy Nelson, pretty good starter. He's out. Shoulder injury. Throw across in time. Time now for the upcoming calendar presented by Wendy's. 2 more games against the Brewers, off day on Friday, and then 2 against the Cardinals before the A's head to Chicago for a full week. The Cubs and the White Sox. So that is the upcoming calendar brought to you by Wendy's. But the Brewers also without Brandon Woodruff, who just went on the disabled list with an oblique. He was an all-star this year.
And Chacin as well.
Yeah.
A little banged up. I think it's his lat.
So they're missing some bullpen. Corey Knebel, their closer, out for the year.
Well,
Corbin Burns, reliever, pretty good, out. That's 2 quality starters and 2 quality relievers.
Well, it became a conversation, I think, fairly quickly. It feels like almost overnight. Were the Brewers going to make an impact in the rotation? Were they going to go out and get somebody?
That one driven left center field, and it is off the base of the wall. Chris Davis digging for second, and he's got a 1-out, make that a 2-out double.
Well, don't look now, but KD, I don't know if it's heating up, folks, but KD just might be starting to climb out of that little funk. A couple of good ABs yesterday, the day before. The big walk off. Now here, double up into the gap. Ball's torched. Getting back to the old KD we know and love.
So here's Chris Herman. First pitch to Herman. Here's the strike. So 4 hits now for the A's, 3 for Milwaukee.
I was talking to our man Ray Fosse earlier today, just kind of talking about KD and the game he had the other day, a knock and a walk early on, then that walk that I just mentioned late in the ball game. To win it, you just start to feel like he's starting to get back to being able to figure out which pitches he wants to be aggressive on. Obviously, we know he can handle just about anything in the strike zone with authority. It's a matter of him getting comfortable and getting back to being confident in his ability to do so. I think a couple of good ABs are indicators that he's on his way.
In the dirt, 1 and 2 to Herman. Last time Chris Davis homered, believe it or not, June 18th. But since then, the A's 18 and 11.
See KD and Orlando Arcia having a little fun together.
Again in the dirt. 2-2 the count. A's got a big 2-out hit in the third. Matt Olson knocked in Profar with the double. Trying to do it again.
Well, something we've seen Chris Herman do a good job of is use left field, use that gap as well. See him go the other way.
And that fastball runs outside, and now it's a full count.
They're having trouble finding a pitch that he's convicted in. I tell you, if you don't believe in it, that baseball can tell, and more times than not, it doesn't work out.
And that pitch in the dirt. So it was 0-2, and then Gura threw 3 out of 4 pitches in the dirt.
Well, that's it. Not one of them were really competitive.
Now batting, left fielder, number 8, Robbie.
So that is the first walk issued by a Brewer pitcher. That's the NL Central, and now you see the Cardinals take over first place because they won tonight over the Cubs 2-1. So that's a big series going on in St. Louis. Game 1 goes to the Cards. So the Cards now in first place. Cubs 1 back. Milwaukee a game and a half. Looked at the Brewers schedule, Dallas. The Brewers still play the Cubs 10 times. And the Brewers still play the Cardinals 9 times. So then you have to drop the second place team, which is now the Cubs, into the wild card situation, and the Brewers are there as well. So that's the National League wild card race.
Still a very unclear, unpredictable picture.
Yep. Well, it'll either get more clear or more foggy by 1:05 tomorrow.
You got it. But I think a lot about that second wild card team, you know, and I think the excitement that has been stirred up. Just another team who feels like maybe a few years ago they might have been out of it. Not the case now.
I just feel like a lot of people say, well, you're going to go through all this just to get to one game on the road. I just think there's more to it than that.
Oh, a lot.
Let's say what happened to the A's last year. They got the second wild card. They had to go to New York. They lost. But it shows that you were a good team, and now you build on that for the next year.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Are you telling me you don't want the opportunity to get deeper into the postseason?
Center field. Kane coming in. Kane dives, and he caught it. He's never won a Gold Glove, but he's as good as anybody out there, believe it or not.
He sure is.
So, saves a run, and the A's do not score. 1-0 Athletics. As we get to 7.
This baseball on NBC Sports California is brought to you by Jeep Wrangler, the 2019 Motor Trend SUV of the Year. By Provident Credit Union Super Reward Checking. We pay you. And by Kelly Moore Paints. Go where the pros go. Kelly Moore, the Painter's Paint Store.
7th inning with the A's clinging to a 1-0 lead over the Brewers. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. It's your trusted oil change, tune-up, and brake expert. So Jake Diekman, our first look at Diekman in the green and gold. We certainly saw a lot of him when he was with the Texas Rangers.
Yep.
Pitched against the A's quite often.
Talking about a high velocity arm from the left side. 93 to 97. Wipeout slider. And I think one of the biggest things about Jake Diekman is his ability to not only get the lefty, but to get the righty out as well. So I think that kind of gives Bob Melvin the opportunity, as he's even talked about, to match up maybe a little earlier in the ball game, a little earlier in a leverage situation with some other lefties, knowing Diekman can handle the workload from both sides of the dish.
Good start for Bassett. 6 shutout innings. And there's a strike for the fastball. Diekman, it's funny, he knows what this trade deadline thing is all about. Last year, at the deadline, July 31st, he was traded from Texas to Arizona. So he finished the season with the Diamondbacks.
And you can see why he would be an uncomfortable at bat against the lefties.
A couple of righties warming up. Peralta and Albers. Backhanded. Marcus Simeon straightens up and throws out Mike Moustakas.
Go back to that inning-ending defensive gem by Locaine. Just such a good job in tracking the baseball, and you see how he's running there with his upper body, his torso out over his lower half just a touch. That's so that that ball is basically eye level with him, and if it should ever get to a point where it gets caught in the lights, he's created an angle for himself. And he can also kind of just go into that easy coast on the chest after making a great play.
So 1 out. Here's Hira. He has grounded out twice. Heston Hira. Fouled straight back. Hira was the 9th overall pick in the 2017 draft. So that's just a couple of years ago, and he is already in the big leagues. Went to UC Irvine.
Anteaters?
Yes.
Nailed it.
A shot scooped. Simeon throws to first. Got him. Picked that short hop.
Well, that's it. You saw him on the play before on the right side of the diamond go up and get himself an easier hop. Here, there's just not much time to do that. He's got to react, get the glove out in front. And I know a lot of people might think this is just a matter of an ole here. I promise you, by the time that ball makes its way into the glove, Marcus Simeon has tracked it about as far as it can go.
So here's Eric Thames. Swing and a miss. 95 miles an hour.
Big, long lefty coming at you from right center.
Well, he has as much of a crossfire as probably anybody.
Yeah.
And you can see where his front foot lands, and then you'd be like, oh, that is a crossfire. Because we can see the spot right now.
Well, and he works sort of middle to first base side of the rubber.
Yeah. It almost looks like he's throwing from right center.
Well, and depending on what mound you go to throughout the league, there's a landing strip of sorts right down the middle. And you see where that foot is. I mean, folks, he might be maybe 14 inches or so away from the slope that starts to work down on the side of the mound.
And that's just, for a hitter, that is just not a normal spot for the release point to be.
Well, it's a tough line of sight. You know, you hear guys talk about it a lot with
Randy Johnson baseball coming out of right field behind him as left-handed hitters.
Close pitch, 3-2.
When you think about a righty, it's almost like somebody pitching to you from first base.
Thames is 0 for 2, just 3 hits for the Brewers. That one misses outside, so he walked him.
It's a bird, it's a plane, it's a hometown hero Stephen Piscotty t-shirt. This Sunday, fans attending the 107 game against the St. Louis Cardinals will receive a hometown hero t-shirt presented by Cash Creek. This shirt features Pleasanton's own outfielder Stephen Piscotty. Check out athletics.com/tickets for more info.
So that is Ryan Braun, and he is going to hit for Travis Shaw. Craig Counsell figured out he wants to use Braun at some point, and he found a spot to use him.
Well, and remember, for Jake Diekman, the ability to get the lefties and righties out as well. Righties hitting .211 against the southpaw.
Ladies and gentlemen, for Milwaukee, batting for Travis Shaw, number 8, Ryan Braun.
So here's Braun. 3 at-bats in his career against Diekman, 3 strikeouts. But a very dangerous hitter. Braun with 15 home runs, 49 RBIs, and a .271 batting average.
He's a guy you don't want to let get extended.
Ryan Braun is the Milwaukee Brewers' all-time leader in home runs. 337. And he drives one to center. Canna's there, and he grabs it. So a hard hit ball into the glove of Mark Canna. 7th inning stretch time from the Coliseum. 1-0. Time now for Coors Timeless Moment. September 23rd, 1988. Jose Canseco becomes baseball's first 44 player when he swipes his 39th and 40th base in a 14-inning A's win over the Brewers. Final score 9-8. Canseco finished with 42 homers and 40 stolen bases. The big fella could run.
It's a lot of athlete right there.
Yes, it is. The king of the stolen base.
Oof.
Got a good hip lean going, doesn't he?
Sure does.
It's the dig me hip lean.
Yeah. I feel like we know another guy who's got a good hip lean.
Yeah, hole number 10. So a new pitcher for the Brewers. It's Matt Albers, veteran right-hander. He's going to face Pinder, Profar, and the top of the order, Marcus Semien. So when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and brake experts. 5-3, 4.36 ERA for Albers.
On for his 45th appearance. 91-94 on the heater. Slider changeup as well. A couple of years ago with San Diego.
That's the new third baseman, Tyler Saladino. There's a line drive, base hit into the corner. Ball pops off the wall to Gamble. And it's a leadoff double for Chad Pinder here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Well, and that's kind of what we're getting at. Just get him in the lineup. Get him to the dish. He'll be comfy. Slider just kind of mixing. Chad Pinder taking advantage of it. Lead-off double here for the A's late in the ball game. Manufactured. Get him on, get him over, get him in.
Alex Claudio, he gets up quickly. A lefty as Profar hits. Saladino, the third baseman, in even with the bag. Wanted to see if Profar is going to bunt. Profar not bunting, hits it hard, right side. Hira has it and throws out Profar, but it allows Pinder to get to third.
Well, Chad Pinder doing a little bit of it all tonight, folks. Rolling the pole. You saw the leadoff double. Full extendo, lay him out. Chad Pinder, what time? Get the detergent ready, Cliffy.
StatCast AI powered by AWS. So the Brewers have to bring the infield in with Semien stepping up. Marcus is 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch. Rolls the first pitch foul.
I was just going to say, I like this matchup. I feel like Marcus has done a great job of kind of hitting to the situation. See him shorten up here and just kind of punch something, get it through that infield. Albers trying to crowd him with a good arm side run fastball.
Does it again. This is inside.
This is where Marcus Semien might be waiting on one of those burgers to get flipped in there. Just a little slider.
In on the hands of Marcus Semien, but he's missing.
Well, he wants to get Marcus to just beat this thing into the ground. He's looking for a ground ball, maybe somewhere to shortstop. Some weak contact here. He throws a strike with a fastball inside. I feel like Semien will be able to stay inside and get to it. That patented one-handed swing.
Runs away. Now the count's 3-1 with Chapman waiting in the on-deck circle. The 3-2 slider.
Yep. Hey. Well, 3-1. Get yourself back in the count.
Payoff pitch. Here it is. And Marcus one around. So he went back in and he finally got the strike he needed on a fastball on the inner half.
Well, that was the game plan, trying to crowd him in early. They'd like to
Now batting third baseman,
get him out of there a little sooner than they did, but it's a good call. Definitely went around. Good execution. Stick with that fastball by Albers.
So 2 away, and it's up to Matt Chapman. Defense goes back to their normal spot. Chapman takes a slider for a strike.
Matt Chapman shifted to the left side of the infield. They'll just now start to move Keston Hiura over to the right side of second base.
It's play by Grandal. The Houston Astros with Petit getting loose. The Astros beat the Indians tonight 2-0 behind Verlander. Verlander struck out 13 7 innings, so that's a loss for the Indians. So the Indians lead over the A's, and the Rays is 2.5 right now. Rolls and foul. The Rays got a big win tonight. They beat the Red Sox at Fenway 6-5. So two teams there from the East fighting for this wild card. So that has jumped the Rays into a tie with the Athletics, but their game is done. The A's game, obviously not. Takes strike 3 call. Albers strikes out Simeon and Chapman for the A's.
Play of the day brought to you by your California Ford dealers. Bassett, Chris Bassett getting it done. 6 innings of shutout baseball, 6 punch outs. Fairly efficient in the pitch count as well. He's did a good job of keeping the Milwaukee Brewers off balance and keeping Christian Yelich at bay.
So here's Yusmeiro Petit, and the first pitch to Arcia is lined toward left center field. The base hit. Arcia with the turn, and he puts the brakes on. And Arcia has his 3rd hit. He's 3 for 3. So when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and brake experts. 3-2, 2.51 ERA for Yusmeiro Petit, appearing in his 55th game.
Been a workhorse, leads all American League relievers in games pitched and inherited runners.
Here's Gamble.
Petit continues to be relied upon in late game situations. Big leverage spots last year. Team leading, I believe a career high 74 games.
Gamble takes a strike.
Jim Wolf behind the dish,
Your
a little
friend.
slow on the draw.
Your good friend.
A good umpire.
One to Gamble. Chapman in on the grass, a step. Backs up even with the bag. Bullpen stays active as Booker now gets up.
Get Booker going in time, hopefully, for Christian Yelich.
Well, I think with the Brewers lineup, and it's a decent lineup, right? But with Yelich, really, as you get a little bit later into the game, you probably need to look after every half inning, if you're Bob Melvin, and say, where's Yelich?
Exactly.
When's he coming up?
You got a game plan for him. That's a guy you don't want sneaking up on you.
Nope. So you got to take every advantage you can, if that's a lefty or whatever. But he's such a tough out.
It's a great pitch here by Yusmeiro Petit. Good changeup.
Gamble swing and a miss. Stayed with it. So Gamble strikes out for the 2nd time.
Well, this is a Just a great job of repeating if you're Yusmeiro Petit. The pitch before, a little more in the zone. This one here, take just enough off to get you that east to west diving action as well on top of the reduction of speed. Great pitch by Petit.
And now to the top of the order in Lorenzo Cain. Cain, shallow right center. Canna hustling in. Canna will get there. He makes the catch. Another big out. And here comes Yelich. Yelich has hit into a double play, and he has struck out twice.
Number 22, Christian Yelich.
So it's going to be Buchter to face Yelich with 1 on and 2 out here in the 8th inning.
A's Baseball on NBC Sports California is brought to you by Toyota. A fast, powerful lineup that will make sure you're safe at home. See your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places. By Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. By Provident Credit Union Super Reward Checking. We pay you. By Xfinity. X1 will change the way you experience TV. And by Jack in the Box. Try Jack's $4.99 barbecue bacon double cheeseburger combo. Only at participating Jack in the Box restaurants.
All right, here's the matchup. Buchter against the MVP, Christian Yelich. Tying run at first and 2 outs. And the first pitch is smoked into right field for a base hit. Arcia is going to round second. He's going to try for third. Here comes the throw, and it is late. Not by much. So Arcia goes to third. Yelich goes after the first pitch. He's got a base hit.
Well, you go and get the lefty Buchter to come and get the MVP, who's hitting .281 against southpaws himself. He jumps all over a first pitch fastball, renders the lefty matchup moot. And Arcia does a wonderful job of going first to third. Strong throw from Chad Pender. But check out the back end of this play as he slides into third base, holding on to the bag.
So we got a pitching change. The closer, Liam Hendricks, is coming in.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Oakland Athletics. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Athletics Investment Group, LLC.
Two of baseball's most iconic franchises go head-to-head beginning on Tuesday, August 20th, as the New York Yankees come to the town to take on the Oakland A's. Don't miss out on Aaron Judge and the Bronx Bombers as Matt Chapman and the A's look to defend their home turf. Come see the next chapter of this rivalry between two Major League Baseball's most historic teams. Get your tickets today by visiting athletics.com/tickets.
All right, here's Hendricks against Grandal. First pitch under the glove of Marcus Semien. That's a base hit, and this game is tied. Hustling for third is Yelich, and it's a 1-1 ball game. Grandal on the first pitch with a huge hit for the Brewers. So Arcia scores. Yelich to third.
Well, Yelich came in against the lefty and got off on a first pitch fastball. Grandal, a little bit of the same here. You know you're going to get a heater. Might be the best one of the entire AB. Why wait around, says Grandal.
Now here's Mike Moustakas. Moustakas is 0 for 3. First pitch to him is high with a fastball.
trying to cut it off at one here.
Stockis had a pretty good swing on that fastball, 96 miles an hour from Hendricks. And the guy you do not want to see up in the Brewers bullpen is up. That's Josh Hader. He's pretty good.
Not bad.
Runner goes, and no throw as nobody was covering. And that was the play. You want to keep your middle infielders at their spot, so it's a stolen base for Grandal. Six for 9 in his career against Liam Hendricks. The count is 1-2. Stockis, fastball, gets jammed a little bit, pops a foul back.
Well, I think if Liam continues to attack that hand height from Moustakas, he's going to force him to have to decide whether or not he's going to be on top of this fastball, try to create some angle. Good place to live.
Yelich at third, Grandal at second. Moustakas went down and got that one, but hooks it well, foul. Oh, hold on, big man.
Easy.
Stanhira is the on-deck hitter for Milwaukee. Brewers have tied it here in the 8th.
Pitch.
And he got him swinging, 97 miles an hour. Brewers tie it. They get a run on 3 hits. Bottom of the 8th coming up. They're tied at 1. All right, here's our game summary brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. For the Brewers, 1 run on 6 hits. They made an error. For the Athletics, 1 run on 5 hits. So both teams got a 2-out RBI hit in this game. Both starting pitchers were pretty good. So we're tied bottom of the 8th inning. And the new pitcher for the Brewers is Alex Claudio. Another left-hander that the A's have seen a lot of. Claudio pitched for the Rangers for 3 years.
Well, you know what you're going to get out of the lefty. Going to be some changeups, 1 or 2. He's 84 to 86 from the left side. Not going to overpower you, but the slider, the changeup, any one at any given time.
And he of the funky delivery.
A lot of elbows and kneecaps coming at you. Tough to pick up a release point. I'm set about 6 or 7 different times.
Fouled right at the plate, 86 miles an hour. He may not get much above that.
Well, it's all about angles and looks, deception. Left on left, he works from the first base side of the rubber. Not quite that Diekman cross body action.
left field line. It's going to be into the chairs. So 1-2 to Matt Olson. Canna will be next. Freddie Peralta, a right-hander, is warming up in the Brewers bullpen. Lays off.
You see everything from Claudio down, down, down. Really doesn't throw anything straight. It's tough to try to get up in the zone if you don't have the velocity to beat guys.
And now it's a full count. Full shift on for Olson. Outfield straight away. There's a shot into the glove of Thames, who grabs it reaching to his left. 1 out. So this will be a one-hitter appearance. So when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and brake experts.
Baseball is always live with MLB At Bat. Follow the action with game tracking and video highlights, along with up-to-the-moment stats, standings, breaking news, and more.
So it's the bottom of the 8th inning with 1 out, and it's going to be Freddie Peralta, right-hander, to face Canna. So Claudio gets Olson, and he's out.
Freddie Peralta making his 25th appearance as he has started.
So a lot of strikeouts for Peralta.
He's got that high octane. 93, 97. Fastball, curveball combo.
Canna is 0 for 3. He's grounded out a couple times. Sails right over his head. It was a breaking ball.
Good job by Canna to get that bat down. Take that bat down with you. You don't want that foul ball or potential comebacker.
Canna got one to hit there. Out over the plate. Now Mark's behind in the count, 1-2. Chris Davis waits in the on-deck circle. Grounded to the right side. Has it, throws to first. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th.
Elevated fastball.
Designated hitter, number 2, Chris Davis.
Good time to get the crusher going.
Yep, get a hold of one. He's got a couple of hits tonight, a single and a double. And that one is lined down the left field line, and that baby is gone. first home run since the 18th of June, and it comes at a very opportune time. It looked like a hanger that just spun right to the middle of the plate. Davis ripped it. So it's been a while for Chris Davis. I imagine that feels pretty good.
You gotta love having a chappy hug waiting for you at the end of the dugout. See him talking to the baseball. I remember you, old friend.
He had gone 29 games without a home run.
Well, you called it. Just a little mixer. Uncle Charlie never made his way all the way down to the party. KD met him halfway. Said, pack your bags, Uncle Charlie. All aboard. Next stop, Pound Town. Check it out. Front foot down, backside comes through. And that right there had better 12-6 action than the curveball he sent it out on.
Two and two now to Chris Herman. Liam Hendricks is already in the game, so we'll try to get the final 3 outs. Strike 3 call, then that will do it. A huge home run for Chris Davis. A 2-out solo home run in the bottom of the 8th to break a 1-1 tie. 9th inning coming up. A's 3 outs away from a big win. They lead it 2-1. Well, as of right now, that's your hero, Chris Davis. Home run, bottom of the 8th to give the A's the 2-1 lead.
Hit a homer, hang out with Homer.
That's right. That's the way you do it. And now Liam Hendricks has got to get the final 3 outs. He'll face Hira, Thames, and then Saladino, who's the new third baseman. First pitch to Hira is a fastball for a strike. Keston Hira is 0 for 3. He's grounded out 3 times.
They've done a great job of keeping Keston Hira off the base pass.
Yeah, he is a scary hitter already. And he went around and checked the home plate umpire. Jim Wolf says, I'll take care of that myself, and he went.
You see from the side, got that big leg kick. He's ready to hit. Just unable to pump the brakes there.
Pitch. Fastball away. So the count even at 2-2.
We've seen some newfound velocity out of Liam Hendricks as he slid into that closer's role. 98, 99.
Right there, strike 3 called. 1 out.
198 or 99, but we'll take 97 on the black. How's that sound to you, Keston Hira? Can I help you out? No, thanks. Just looking.
Now batting.
Heater down and away, beat him to a spot.
Eric Thames.
And at 97, folks, if you're looking for something else, something with a little wrinkle in it, you're just not going to have the time to react. Such is the case with Hira.
Eric Thames steps up, and the first pitch to Thames is a strike. He's 0 for 2. He walked in the 7th. A's pitchers with 9 strikeouts tonight. They Jesus Aguilar. Looks like he's going to pinch hit. And the count now 0-2. Went away with the fastball. Right center, hit well, Pinder at the wall. Eric Thames ties it with a solo home run here in the ninth. Almost looked like a fastball that was up a little bit. And that is number 15 for Eric Thames. That's a big one.
That's exactly what it was. Fastball at the top of the zone. You could see Thames working from low to high.
Now batting, number 15.
I mean, he gets all of this.
So we're tied. A big home run for the A's in the bottom of the eighth. A big home run for the Brewers here in the ninth. Here's Saladino. Saladino is in the game at third base. Aguilar was going to hit, but it's the only way he was not going to hit is if Thames hit a home run. Shot breaking ball.
Still gives Counsell some pop from the right side on the bench, should he need it at some point in time later in the ball game.
1-2 pitch. That's a swing and a miss. So 2 outs here in the top of the ninth.
Looks like Liam Hendricks might have got away with one here to Saladino.
Number 3, Orlando Arcia.
Love to be able to bottle the backup slide.
Here's Arcia. He's had a big night, 3 for 3 with a run scored. Slider, good pitch. Strike call.
Good job by Chris Herman. He started to work himself out just beyond the outside corner, splitting his body line, brought that breaking ball back over. So that fastball not too far, not too much farther out than that curveball was, just difference between up and bottom of the zone.
And now it's 1-2 to Arcia. Guys who will hit in the bottom of the ninth. Grossman, Pinder, and Profile. Bounces way out in front.
I mean, I'm impressed that Chris Herman was just able to even get
got
in
any
front
kind
of
of
this.
body on it, right?
He did. He got his chest on it. Got some glove on it. How about that?
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So home run by Eric Thames. Solo shot. Bottom of the ninth coming up. We are tied at 2.
Out for the Jeep drive of the game. And who better than the Crusher, Chris Davis. Welcome back. That's a big AB in a big spot. I'll meet his buddy Matt Chapman at the end of the dugout. We'll try to do it all over again.
So see if the A's can walk it off. Did it on Sunday with the old super exciting bases loaded walk.
Edge of your seat type stuff.
So a W's a W, right?
You take it. I'm not giving it back.
Here's Grossman. First pitch, curveball, spins outside. Indians lost tonight. The Rays won. The Red Sox lost. He's trying to hold on to that second wild card, which to do they're going to have to win. If they were to lose, the Rays would jump ahead of them.
So try to take advantage anytime you can to gain ground and create separation in the standings.
3-0 to Grossman. Freddie Peralta. Pours that one in there first try. Peralta came in with 1 out in the 8th inning. And he got Canna. Gave up the Davis home run and then got Herman on a strikeout. A little bit high, he walked it. So the A's had the winning run at first with nobody out. Here's Pinder. Pinder taking a long look down at Matt Williams. Blake Trinan warming up in the A's bullpen. Saladino, the third baseman, playing even with the bag. Pinder not bunting, swings and misses. Chad Pinder, a strikeout, a double play, and a double.
Well, you wonder if at any point in time Bob Melvin might think about trying to put the game in motion. It's late in the ball game.
And now it's 0-2. Grossman has 6 steals on the year. He's been thrown out 4 times. Swinging, struck it out on 3 fastballs. 10th time an A's hitter has struck out tonight.
Little good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Freddie Peralta. Chad Pinder just unable to catch up to that 95-mile-an-hour cheese biscuit.
So that'll bring up Profar. Profar is 0 for 2. Pop up. It'll be foul. The crowd tonight is 17,291.
Well, they've been treated to a good pitching matchup. Some exciting late inning exchanges of blows.
fastball missed outside. Profar has 14 home runs on the year. Another fastball outside. Well, he's trying to find that spot.
Well, he's having a tough time commanding the fastball. I wonder if he might try to go to this breaking ball here and leave it up.
Missed again, and it was a fastball. So Peralta, he got the strikeout of Pinder on 3 pitches. But was a little off with his control to Grossman and to Profar here. Grossman not running, and the ball is foul back. 3-2-1 out. It's not uncommon for a guy to be taken off from first base.
When you're hoping that Profar runs into something, you've got runners moving. The runner, Grossman. It's an easy first to third. Should it get to the outfield for a single, anything extra bases, Robbie Grossman will be scoring.
Grossman is running this time. Timeout was called. It was a late timeout, but most of them are.
Well, again, we've talked about this last series as well. The hand up doesn't always mean you'll be granted timeout.
Well, that's why what Profar does, it's a little scary, because not only does he take his hand off the bat, he looks back at the umpire.
Yeah.
Runs. This pop-up is going to be in play. Shallow left. It's Gamble. Gamble grabs it. So Gamble called off Saladino right at the last second. So 2 away here in the ninth. Let's see if Marcus Semien can be a hero.
Now batting, shortstop, number 10, Marcus Semien.
Marcus hitless tonight. He was hit by a pitch in the first inning.
Peralta has had trouble commanding that fastball. If he gets one here early for a strike, wonder if Marcus is going to jump all over.
Got that one way too far outside. Trinan will pitch the 10th if the game gets that far. Just to our right. We are the last game going on. The Angels just finished up their game. They beat the Tigers 6-1. Angels trying to hang around in that wild card race.
Got their work cut out for them. As you said earlier, with the way the East is looking right now, don't know that this thing will be decided until the last day.
Pop up, that will be above us. No, not quite, just in front of us. look at the American League, it's hard to imagine any of the wild card teams running away with a spot.
Yeah, especially the way that Central is shaped up. Tribe and the Twins battling it out.
That is the updated wild card. Indians have lost, Rays won, Red Sox lost, Angels won. Runner goes, throw to second base. Not in time, stolen base, and a big one. For Grossman, kept an eye on Peralta. When he finally felt good about it, he took off.
Well, it's huge. Peralta right around like a 1-2-5, 1-3 here on the way to home plate. Robbie Grossman, feet first, in ahead of the tag. See Grandal frustrated. Not a great pitch for Grandal to throw on.
2-2. Just need a bloop. Right field, that's hit pretty well. Yelich going back toward the corner, and he's got it. So the A's strand the winning run at second base. We got extra innings from the Coliseum. Well, Chris Davis, bottom of the eighth, we were feeling pretty good because that gave the A's a 2-1 lead. Then with one out in the top of the ninth, A's 2 outs away from a victory. Aaron Thames got a high fastball, and this is what he did. Hit a no-doubter.
Didn't miss. And unfortunately for the green and gold and Liam Hendricks, a couple of late timely knocks have led us to bonus baseball.
Blake Trinan is the new pitcher for the Athletics. His 40th appearance. He'll face Gamble, Kane, and Yelich. First pitch to Ben Gamble is right there. First strike. Gamble is 0 for 3. He's got a couple of strikeouts and a ground out to short.
Well, I think the key here for Blake Trinan is doing what he just did, getting ahead, but then getting comfortable in the next 2 pitches he's going to throw. Having a game plan.
Starts him off with a couple of good pitches. It's Josh Hader, the left-hander. Strike 3 called. So Ben Gamble strikes out for the 3rd time.
Oh, just lock me up. 87 slider, little slider curve, slurve, if you will. And Gamble ain't getting to that.
Now to the top of the order, and Lorenzo Cain. There's a single, a pop out, a walk, and a fly ball to center. There's a ball loose out in right field. Coming from the Brewers bullpen. Training records. The Brewers are 6-4. The A's are 3-7.
Quite a shift from their success late in the ball game last year.
Yeah, anything close and late last year, the A's won.
From the 7th inning on, it was a done deal.
One and one to Lorenzo Cain. Defense plays Cain straight away. It's 1-2. Lorenzo Cain, all those good years with the Kansas City Chiefs, or Kansas City Royals, excuse me. He did not play any football, I don't believe. Did he?
He did not.
Maybe in high school.
Yeah, he only, I mean, for a guy who picked up baseball his sophomore year in high school, he could probably hit the combine now and find himself in the slot on Sunday before it's all said and done.
Marcus Simeon gets a nice hop and throws him out. So 2 outs, and here's a good matchup as Yelich strides to the plate.
Well, you're right. This will be a good matchup, considering I feel like we're starting to see Blake Trinan
number 22,
regain his confidence.
Yelich.
It just doesn't look like he's out there guessing. It's like he's got a really strong idea of what he wants to do, how he wants to go about the ABs.
First pitch to Yelich is outside. First strike. This is Yelich's second year in Milwaukee. Mighty swing, drives it foul down the left field.
Came over to Milwaukee from the fighting Jeters.
That's right. He was a first-round pick. The Marlins back in 2010. And he was a good player with the Marlins. I don't think the Marlins or the Brewers would have thought that he would be the MVP, but he was a very good player in Miami.
Well, as you started to kind of watch Christian Yelich grow into himself at the dish, somebody I felt batting title in the future, sure, MVP to your point, Kipe, I don't know.
Not this time, as he strikes out, and Yelich has struck out 3 times tonight. Bottom of the 10th coming up. Chapman to lead it off. We're tied at 2. 2-2 game. It's the bottom of the 10th inning. A's fans with the rally caps out, and the A's access lanyard.
Yeah, has he got access to an extra innings walk-off?
That thing, A's access has everything, Dallas. You know that.
Duh.
26, Max Chapman.
So here is Josh Hader. He's something, folks. 50 innings, 95 strikeouts. Left-handers are hitting 128, right-handers 135. You could probably make the argument that he's as good as any reliever in baseball.
There's not going to be much argument coming out of me. When you think about late innings, you think about high leverage scenarios, you think about utter dominance on the mound, rendering your opponent useless. And that's what Josh Hader does. You're going to get a fastball. Probably going to be another fastball coming right off of that fastball. Get the foot down. Don't be late. Josh Hader is coming right after you.
Facing Matt Chapman. First pitch, 95 for strike. Where he ranks this season in the big leagues, tied for 6th in saves, first in strikeouts by a reliever, second in opponent's average, first in strikeouts per 9 innings, 139 against the fastball.
Well, that's the dominance I'm talking about. You know, starting pitchers, you try to pace yourself, you try to allow the defense to work for you at some point in time. You dominate an AB when the game calls for it. But Josh Hader, I feel like he's got a little Satchel Paige in him. Just tell everybody to go sit down.
Number 96. Last year, Hader had 143 strikeouts in 81 innings. fastball, so he has not thrown Chapman the slider yet.
Well, here at 1-2, he still feels like he can probably move the fastball around at will. Obviously, that being a strength of his. Again, not that you don't want to get beat on your second best pitch. Obviously, the fastball is the money maker for Hader.
There's the slider. Isn't it funny? 2 teams had this guy before the Brewers. He was originally with the Baltimore Orioles. The Astros got him from the Orioles in the Bud Norris trade. The Brewers got him from the Astros in the Mike Fiers trade. No. Check with Nick Marley.
That's an incredible holdup by Matt Chapman.
It's one way to look at it.
Yep. 3-2 in my book.
Payoff pitch to Chapman. Got him swinging 97 miles an hour on the fastball.
Well, again, your best, my best. Really no fiddling around coming out of Josh Hader. Just a good old hard country fastball. I tell you, as a starting pitcher, sitting in the dugout, you have got to enjoy what you're seeing out of Josh Hader. Think about the newcomer, Jordan Lyles, from the Pirates rotation, making his way over. He's got to be excited about what late in the ball game looks like.
Olson, center field. Maybe. And that baby is gone. Olson wins it off Hader in the bottom of the 10th inning. So Matt Olson was able to catch up to the fastball that time for Josh Hader. How about that?
You got a left-on-left matchup. Good old country fastball. The Jolly Green Giant standing at the dish. Your best, my best. Let's see how far. 97 down Broadway, and you know where we're going. Pack your bags, folks. All aboard. Next stop, Pound Town.
So the 22nd home run of the year for Matt Olson is a game winner. Second game in a row, the A's walk it off. It was a walk on Sunday. It's a Matt Olson home run tonight. So the A's get their 61st win of the year. So terrific pitching, and Hader, one of the best in the business, can't believe it. He doesn't give up much. But Matt Olson was ready, and Matt Olson connected. So he is the hero tonight, and he is downstairs with Colin.
Thanks, guys. Matt, what a wild game tonight. We had the lead. They took it back and forth, back and forth. Finally, 10th inning. Take us through that at-bat.
Honestly, I've had terrible luck against Hader in my career, so just wanted to go up there, get something to hit, and you know, finally got a hit off of him, and a big one.
And what can you say about the go-ahead home run from KD earlier? Pretty nice to see your teammate do that, I'm sure.
It's big. That's the KD we all know and love. Big at-bat for him, put us up, and you know, that's what we do. We come back, keep coming back, and you know, good team win.
I was just going to say, you and I had this little chit-chat on Sunday. That's 2 walk-off wins in a row. We've been talking. You've been part of them. What does that say about this team as a whole?
We're just relentless. We think we're in every game, and you know, as you see, we keep having these walk-off wins, and you know, it's fun when we're in games like this.
So much fun. Thank you, Matt. Enjoy this game, or enjoy the celebration, I should say. And Glenn, back to you.
All right, so Matt Olson wins it with the home run to center field off Josh Hader, and everybody goes home happy in the green and gold. 3 hours and 16 minutes was your time of game. 17,291 was the attendance. A's win it tonight, 3-2 in 10 innings on that swing of the bat by Matt Olson. A's post-game live, brought to you by Toyota, is ready to go.